Just playing.
Gringos in the house, straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street, where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex, the boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet. East 10th Street boys, bring the party. Bring the noise from Hialeah with some joy.
Drink water like that.
Well, I'm telling you, bro. I'm focused, bro. I'm focused, man. Yeah, inside out.
You know who I am by now. I said,
You identify as.
you know, hey. When Alex takes a shower, the dude goes for 3 hours. I mean, it's like, he's going to be gone for a while. You have time. Do whatever you're going to do. Go grocery shopping. Go eat dinner.
Latin spice and neon lights.
Good evening, Miami, and welcome to another edition of East 10th Street Boys straight out of Hialeah. I'm Bobby El Gringo, and that's Alex the boy. Alex, what's up, my brother?
What's up, my man? A nice chilly day today outside, so enjoying our new night sky right there as our background. Beautiful. I'm doing good, man. A little tired, but it's hump day, so we're all excited, man. How you been?
I'm hanging in there, man. Doing all right, you know. It's a little cold out. I think about 35 degrees less than you. What are you, 65? I'm at 30 right now.
Yeah.
So, but I love it. You know, I can't complain as much as I'm sure the other residents of the household would. But man, oh man, I am excited to be here. Talk a lot. We got no real Dolphins to talk about. Not a lot to talk about with Miami. I know obviously Wes Welker got fired, and then finally Danny Crossman got fired, and all that whatnot, but we'll wait and see how that continues to be. Evans has stopped complaining about the cold. I'm not complaining. You got to talk to the other people in the household. I don't mind it as much. I really don't. I like the cold rather than the heat. Miami Heat Zone in the house. Martel, great to see you, brother. Vinstanza of Overtime in the house as well. It's going to be weird on Sunday, our first episode, talking about just football very quick. Instead of post-game, pre-game, it will be me, Josh Wingate, and Coach Vogel with our first on-the-clock NFL draft show, previewing the draft, talking about Miami Dolphins and what their needs are, and the latest to come out of there. We're going to review the season. We're going to preview the off season. So we look forward to that. We're already hard at work on scouting, Alex. Looking at of course, I always start off from the top where there's the quarterbacks down to running backs. I'm into receivers right now. Alex, thanks for your help. Thanks for your help.
Oh
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna take care. We're gonna go install some shades at Evan's mom's house tomorrow. So looking forward to meet her and saying how great her son is.
Draft this early? This early? The season is over. It's never early. What? Are you crazy?
Spoken like a tired Dolphins husband wife.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, again. Here we go.
No, never ends. It never ends.
Great, Bobby.
Yeah, never ends, dude. We got me and Josh Wingate had a meet, and we met up, and we had a great conversation about what we're planning to do for this year's draft and draft coverage. And I'm working on the draft guide for FTSN. He's going to participate as well, and we're going to get where it's a landing page, Alex, where for those who are interested in that information and to be up to par and and to know what we're looking at and stuff like that, we're going to create a landing page. We're talking about that where people can go on, just put your email, and we'll email it to you on a bi-weekly, monthly basis before the draft, and that way you have it. Damian Guzman says he wants Malachi Starks out of Georgia. A lot of people talk about that safety. I know. Dahl wants an offensive lineman. I get it. I wouldn't hold my breath on an offensive lineman with Chris Greer as GM, but you never know. His feet might be on the fire. I just don't know if you would go a guard at 13 and maybe a little early. I would rather trade back or move up in the second round. There's a lot of good ones, especially in that second round spot. But we'll get to that when we get to that. There's so much to talk about. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat. We're going to talk about Carson Beck to the Miami Hurricanes. Does he follow this? Does he replicate or even better what Cam Ward did here in Miami? We're going to talk about TikTok getting banned on Sunday. How many lives are going to be ruined for over 170 million Americans on Sunday? We're talking about that. We're going to talk about some weird foods from around the world, Alex. You know me, I'm a picky ass eater. I'm a picky eater. But I don't know why. I can't stop watching.
Thank God you specified there, because you just said I'm a picky ass eater. So the spacing there, the commas, the emphasis, I'm like, oh boy.
No.
Nosedive.
Oh no. I wasn't ready. No, but I got locked in on this Facebook page. I usually see them on Instagram, and I'll watch, different people from other countries. They make different food and whatever. And but I got stuck in this one guy. I mean, he eats everything and anything. He'll try it as much as he doesn't want to. And oh my gosh, it's but at the same time, it's kind of like you can't look away for accident. And then of course we're gonna play a game of fact or fiction. So we're gonna have fun. Tati says the draft is Bobby's Super Bowl. I'm gonna invite him.
By the way,
this
background is actually live. Look at the moon about to show up. Like, this is legit the
highlight of the
moon. This is my backyard. Yeah, like it looks like I'm in a green screen, but I'm really not.
Let's see something. Hold on a second. Everyone can see the moon as it passes by. So Tati knows better. I'm not going to dinner on draft night. There's no way. Sorry. Can't do it. Nope. Not that guy, bro. Not that guy. But anyway, I'm gonna be busy. Get that covered. Yeah, that's the way it is, man. Got to build this thing up, Priorities. Wife can have dinner the night before. Let's talk some Heat, man. Let's just get that out of the way, because that seems not to die down. I mean, there is every time I go on social media or you turn on the ESPN or whatever, there's always something going on with Miami. And you have Paul Pierce. I saw your comment, Anthony. I will read it in a minute. But you got Paul Pierce chiming in. Paul Pierce is like, no superstar is ever going to come to Miami.
I'm really tired of Paul Pierce, by the way.
Paul Pierce. No one takes his shit seriously. Nobody takes him seriously.
Even KG is already like,
well, that's what I'm saying. KG came around. Man, shut up, dude. You don't, all love in the world, bro, but you know what I'm saying. But Dwayne Wade talked about it today.
Yes.
UD talked about it. Shout out to Dwayne Wade, who, he basically said what even Tim Hardaway had said. It's one guy's way there. That's it. And but you're hearing today, or not today, yesterday, Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler met up, and Jimmy told him, he said, I still want to be traded, paraphrasing, and he'll even take his the only reason he'll take his option, accept his option, is if in a trade scenario. And then we find out that on Friday, Mickey Arison will meet with Jimmy Butler before Jimmy's set to meet the team. So, Alex, man, very quick, just to read before I let you go, I want to go ahead and get Anthony's comment. Anthony's saying for him, it's 50-50 in regards of blame. He blames Pat's old school mentality on how he deals with players, and he also blames Jimmy's immaturity and taking what Pat said personally. Let me just say, I mean, when you come in when people talk Miami Heat, they know it's Pat Riley's way. He is Miami Heat culture.
Yeah,
that he's the one who set the tone. And I don't take that as a reasoning, respectfully, because Jimmy Butler had said he loves that about the Miami Heat. That he loved that. He loved being called out. He loved being put on the burner. He enjoyed that. So to me, this has nothing to do with that. I just don't foresee it. You're hearing all these things. They're playing the media now. Jimmy Butler's crew is playing up the media a lot with, the Heat bounced a check and blah, 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 and all this shit that's coming out. I don't buy it. And people, they should have paid Jimmy. They paid Jimmy twice. And Alex, how many times have you and I said it? And I've said it. It's a what have you done for me lately? Not what you did. It's what you've done for me lately. They did pay him twice. Yeah. But this time it's like, hey, we got to wait because you got to last the season. You got to show some sort of commitment and effort here for us to re-up this. So the more I'm watching this, the uglier it gets. And I love Jimmy, and I'm always going to be grateful for Jimmy. But the more I see this, Alex, the more I see, read into it, I'm just like, get this over with, dude. We need to bounce him the hell out of here.
there's many layers to this, and for comparison, right now, if people have people that follow the NBA and they saw Steve Kerr's comments in regards to the Warriors situation, there where he mentioned was if he's running the organization, he wouldn't trade away 6, 7 future years just for a swing right now with having an older core. That is a veteran coach. That is a coach that probably, and like he even mentioned, he's like, I might not be here. With Spo, you have security here. You have long-term commitment. That's why he signed an 8-year deal. So you know the vision. Now, Jimmy, there's two things here. Jimmy on the court and Jimmy, the Miami Heat member. A lot of details are going to come out, I'm pretty sure, from Jimmy's camp, because the Heat did send, obviously, like Tim Hardaway attested to, certain documents to the NBPA, National Basketball Players, NBPA representation, where they have, if you notice, they haven't filed a grievance. They haven't disputed the suspension. Now, Jimmy is going to meet tomorrow. His original suspension ends on Friday. So he will be meeting tomorrow with Heat officials, and most likely, obviously, the primary one being Mickey Arison, the owner of the team, where in my opinion, I think they will discuss an amicable split where we're trying to accommodate your demands, but let's not make this messy for the time being. The Miami Heat will not make a move that they do not want to make. It's January. What day is today? January 15th. They have until February 6th. And when people talk about wording is essential here, is key. Well, Pat Riley doesn't have an urgency. Of course he's not going to have an urgency. Why? Because the trade offers are shit. So they know that they got to get teams to bid. And this is going to end up being, realistically, if it gets done, it could be a 4 or 5 team trade. Like, this is not a simple – people don't understand that where Jimmy wants to go, it's the impossible destination. So they're going to try to accommodate, but Miami's not looking to take contracts beyond 2026. That's just a ramification of that. So they're gonna get some draft picks. They're gonna get some fillers. There are some teams that can make a move for Jimmy. I know Bobby Marks mentioned today Memphis. I still think Memphis is one of the most attractive positions because he slides right into that spot perfectly. And Memphis has nothing to lose. Like Bobby Marks said, his expiring deals, maybe a first-round pick. You take a swing at it, that's 4 months of Jimmy. He can help Memphis get over the top. If, once again, it all comes down to what I'm about to mention. Ideally, what this came down to was 2 things. Number one being money. That's across the board, no extension. The Heat were not going to extend them right now at the cost, at the money that he wanted, at the per year average of $50 to $60 million. I am 100% sure the Heat were willing to get into the James Harden deal, maybe even a 3-year, $111 million. Why? His APV is lower. Now he has more flexibility to build the team around him. And the team had to evolve. And we talked about it this offseason. I mentioned it countless times. The way I saw the team growing is Jimmy's role was going to change. And I don't know. They started coming out today that because of his lack of availability, you can't feature an offense around a player that is not available because you're building yourself for failure. It's plain and simple. Now, obviously, even with my team, we build an offense that is self-sufficient when no matter what the players is replaceable, but you have your gunners, you have your main guy. And Jimmy being your max player, ideally for many years you ran offense through him. But the one thing I still cannot comprehend, and something that more news will come out, but the way it broke down so quickly, it only shows me, it only confirms that it was a transition of power, and there was discord there of the state of the franchise where they want to shift to Bam's timeline, Bam and Hero's timeline, and Jimmy, and he was going to be an overpaid, glorified utility player by the time he retired. Why? Because Jimmy's game is aging pretty well. He was having his most efficient season. So this is my whole part where even where he wants to go in Phoenix, that's a worse situation than it is right here. I understand you got Booker and Durant, and you can make it work. Then, and obviously, Phoenix just made a move to acquire Richards from Charlotte. So I understand they're making moves now. And as we get closer, maybe into next week, you're going to start seeing some rumors heat up. Milwaukee getting involved probably. Chicago's definitely going to be one of those teams because they want to move on from Lonzo Ball and maybe Vucevic and get some picks in return, some cash, freedom. But they have to get a hold of it. And I'm very intrigued how Thursday. I want to see what news comes out tomorrow with Shams because Jimmy is available to return Friday. So expect a lot of movement tomorrow, a lot of leaks tomorrow about meetings and what was said, what was done.
Alex is frozen as we wait for him to come back in. It's that highly internet, actually Doral internet. You know, they try to make everything else look pretty, but they can't afford decent internet.
Good.
Oh, there you go.
Amazing. I heard everything you said. What I was saying is now you're facing a dilemma where you see how your guys are playing, and now you don't have chaos anymore in the locker room. You got peace in the locker room. You have a vision. We talked about this, and I know we struggled against Clippers in the second half, and we lost to Sacramento, and we blew a lead over there that we should have won. We realistically could have won this whole. We could have gone 6-0 on this road trip. You just need to get away from home. You need to come together. There's nothing better than on a road trip to come together and bond as a team. Now, when you're coming back, you have now the dilemma of like, do we bring him back? Is he gonna accept the role? Do you sacrifice Jaquez's role? Do you do a bunch of shit like that? It's gonna mess up your team chemistry right now. So I am very intrigued by what is gonna be said tomorrow, because if Jimmy can act like a professional, and we've seen that it's uncomfortable, maybe some time apart is beneficial. The locker room, they still love him. They still love him, but
obviously they still love him, and that's why I think even UD was like, I'm not touching this.
Absolutely. And what you said about Dwayne Wade, by the way, he didn't take sides. He didn't pick any sides at all. He said legit from both points of view, both pros and cons. And what he mentioned is, if anybody, I don't know if you got a chance to see, Pat Riley sat down with Dan Le Batard for a South Beach session.
I saw that they did, but I didn't get to see it. But that was before this all went down.
Yes, that was before, like 2 or 3 weeks before.
And I think he had to release that because obviously Le Batard was critical of Pat Riley. And then Pat Riley, and then he started. And then he had to come back and I just want to make sure that it's not that I'm saying that it's all bad. It's like, Pat Riley probably said, "Hey, Dick, like, what are you doing?"
And look, there's the thing. People think that Pat Riley is the final voice in the organization. Pat Riley's still Pat Riley. He's the godfather. But
he's
this is a team.
Let's be real. Like, but he is. It's even Mickey Harrison. He has to go to Mickey to make any deal. But really, in the end, it's like, Pat, it's your call.
Look,
but let's be real.
Adam Simon, is Eric Spoelstra, is Chad Kemmer. There's a team there making decisions, and they feed off each other, which is how organizations should be run. Especially that, you know what that tells me? And it's complete opposite of Jimmy and the team, the players. That front office is evolving because it's the changing of the guard. Pat Riley will retire in a few years. So a lot of people talk about his old school mentality. Unfortunately, as leader of men, you need to have some of that toughness no matter what, because you can have, I'm all for player empowerment, but the point where you're getting is player wants so much empowerment, but they're not available. They don't want to play in the regular season. They're making more money than they ever did, but they don't want to play as many games anymore. The regular season is pointless. That's a job you signed up for, man. You get to be a professional basketball player for a living.
Listen, if people go, look what Jimmy. It was the same with Dwayne. It was the same with LeBron. It's not going to be any different with Jimmy Butler. And again, Jimmy Butler came into Miami, and said that that's why he loved Miami. That's what he wanted, to be held accountable, to be called out, all that whatnot. All of a sudden, it changed.
Yeah.
Why? And now you're hearing, he wanted help. He wanted this guy and that guy, and they didn't go get him. Again, with what assets? And look at the moves that they did make. And how many games did Jimmy miss that year? Let's be real. It falls. And so very quick, Chris Hines, you were just talking about tomorrow, Friday, this return. Chris Hines reported today that sources are telling him inside Miami considering changing designation of Jimmy Butler's suspension to a stiffer, more expensive penalty. So obviously, even though the Heat said that that they did confirm that Pat met with Jimmy. They said
Yeah.
that a lot of stuff that came out wasn't true. But
Yeah.
when you hear this, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, or especially on Friday after meeting with Mickey Harrison, what that penalty may be. Obviously, what happened there was not met.
Correct.
It wasn't a good productive meeting,
Correct.
which is kind of a shame. It's like, work it. Come on, dude. Like,
it's reached a point. It's reached a point now with they're not going to send them home with pay. So that is the dilemma right here, because ideally you don't want a distraction. We'll send you home, fully paid. You're going to be away from the team until we make a move. But at this point, what they're doing is matching his level of like, you know what? No, man, we're not going to be fucked with. You don't want to play. You don't want to show up. We're going to fine you and we're going to suspend you.
So, can you explain to me why it seems that the Heat culture doesn't come in winning a championship the last 2 times we're in a playoff, no matter how healthy? Answer me this, Anthony. When was our team ever fully healthy? When was the Heat healthy?
No, but even aside from that, just a culture does not guarantee you championship. There's talent around the league. There's
the
teams
culture.
that are great.
The culture is what got you to the dance.
Correct.
To be able to get to the playoffs when you weren't supposed to, or even make it as deep as you did into the playoffs. That's what it is. And then you want your star guys to step up. I kind of blame Pat for mismanaging the assets. We wouldn't be in this situation. We traded away too many drafts. We still had for what? Well, again, here's the thing. If you're going to blame Pat for not having the assets, yeah, but then get mad at him for trying to get the players to help build the team. You can't have it both ways here. Now, go ahead, Alex.
No. Finish. I would add to it.
No, I was just going to say, for me, yeah, I would rather hold on to the picks and build through that way. But again, you can't have it both ways. There are people saying, Pat Riley didn't go get this guy or that guy and this guy and that guy. Well, because he was trading these assets, these tradable assets, in order to land a Goran Dragic or Terry Rozier or who's this guy, Kyle Lowry or whatever, who Jimmy supported. I see, this is my thing. Everybody's having a selective memory all of a sudden, and I've said it before, when every time a superstar comes up, whether it's Lillard or Antetokounmpo or whomever, Kevin Durant, whatever. Oh, Miami trade Tyler Hero and this and this. Oh, we have all that. No, we don't. Until this year, nobody thought Miami had the assets to do it.
Well, one thing I'm going to add.
It's always in the eye of the beholder.
One thing I'm going to add when it comes to assets. Well, did Pat Riley not value first-round picks and second-round picks before, years ago? Absolutely, 100%. Why? Because he wanted ready players. He wanted 27, 28, 29-year-olds. Times have changed in the NBA. The CBA alone has forced teams to reconsider how they manage their assets, aside from developing players, undrafted free agents. But now I go to your point. We mismanage assets, first-round picks, blah, 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 blah. Right now, starting for the Miami Heat and playing key roles, Tyler Hero, 13th overall pick. Bam Adebayo, 14th overall pick. Jovic, 27th overall pick. Jaime Jaquez, 16th overall pick, or 15th. I forgot which one. So Miami has used their assets, and what they lean to, a lot of people before, like, oh, they're just undrafted guys. Our core right now, Khalil Ware, 15th overall pick. Our core right now is all first-round picks that we picked as an organization. So that's scouting department. That's Adam Simon. That is Eric Spoelstra. That is the new coming of the NBA. That is the new CBA. Now, granted, did we, the fans, clamor for Terry Rozier last year? Yes, everybody wanted to give it over Lowry. We talked about letting Lowry's contract expire. Just to let it expire, get it off the books. No, we got to make a move now. We made a win-now move. It costs us a first-round pick. I'm okay with that. Now what we've done, aside from the OKC, where OKC owns the swap or the protections on our pick, aside from that, we manage our assets. We were in on Dame Lillard. Portland did not want to negotiate with us, but the Heat were in on Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard wanted to come here. The Heat probably were going to offer the best package that, and in return, what they got is minimal to what they could have had. Even if they would have gotten one of Jaquez and Jovic or Hero, they still would have been better than they are right now. So that's situational. Should we have pursued Kyrie Irving? Yes. Should we have pursued maybe James Harden? Possibly. but they don't want to deal with Kyrie outside issues.
Let me say so, Linda. Yeah, sorry about that. No, we do talk Dolphins here, and really, it's your priority. PFF is really good. I usually go through ESPN, but I know a lot of people who prefer PFF for your answer. You're good. We talked Dolphins here. I actually have some Dolphin notes I want to read very quick, or not now, but in a few minutes. And then Anthony says, I'm consistent. I blame Pat Riley for both. I understand he wants to win now, but he sacrificed our future. If you're going to blame Pat, blame Mickey Arison as well.
He didn't sacrifice our future. Like, our future right now.
Yeah, our future is
Jovic,
Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez,
yeah.
Nikolai Jovic,
it's not.
Nico, and Khalil Ware. What are we talking about here?
And I promise you, Dwayne Wade said it best. Paul Pierce is just a hater, all-time hater. He keeps drinking the haterade constantly.
Nobody gives a damn.
Nobody. As an analyst, even when he converses, he just pisses me off. The way he talks just pisses me off. And he's going to come out and say that no one wants to come to Miami. People will line up to come to Miami. Now, are there some players that do not want to be part of the culture? Absolutely. Because they do not.
Oh, frozen again. We'll wait. Linda Johnson says subscribe. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. Thank you. Guys, you're watching East Country Boys straight out of Hialeah. I promise the production's a lot better. It's not us.
It's just me. It's just the internet. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that moon right there. Look at that moon, man. Woo!
Yeah. That's why his internet sucks.
Nice.
He's out in the wilderness.
Nice, man.
Doral.
Well, what I was going to say, there are NBA players that just want to make millions, hang out, go to different cities, nightlife, enjoy it. There are a lot of basketball players that do not love basketball, that don't even like basketball. So Miami is always going to be a viable option for teams that, and I have a feeling, I know for a while the NBA free agency has kind of gone away, and there's really been no resetting of the landscape through free agency, but I feel that 2026 might change that with a new CBA.
Haven't we drafted in the first round, the last few drafts?
Look, so? I understand the mismanaging assets 100% 2016, 2017. As of late, you can say the Kyle Lowry. The Kyle Lowry really wasn't. You just straight away Precious and Goran Dragic, so it wasn't first round picks or anything. You just made their salaries match. But I would say maybe the Terry Rozier. Now in hindsight, people are like, "Oh man, we should have moved it." But at the time, we were all for it. And anybody that said that, I was for it. And I'm not going to backtrack now because I knew what they were trying to do. And we needed scoring last year because Tyler hadn't taken that leap yet that he took this year. If Tyler would have been playing last year the way he's playing now, I don't think they make that move. I think they let Kyle Lowry's contract expire. So that one I'll give to you. And like I said, 2016, 2017, there was a lot of assets that we moved in order to get rid of some contracts, 100%. But Anthony, the front office is a new era now, and I know Pat Riley's still the head honcho, and he's still the final decision maker on paper because he's Pat Riley. But there's a communal conversation that's had before any decision is made. And Pat Riley doesn't always make all the final decisions. There are some calls that are the owner, or Nick Harrison.
Well, again, you talk about win now. Obviously, Pat Riley wants to win. We talked about that for years.
Every team.
Pat Riley's all about winning the championship. But remember who's the head honcho. I mean, remember who owns the team, Mickey Arison. Pat Riley has mentioned that more than one occasion about, hey, we can't hit the second apron. Mick has certain rules, blah, blah, blah. It falls on the owner too. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's going to look at Pat Riley. Blame Pat, sleeping Pat, whatever. There's more heads than one.
By the way, when you watch when you get a chance, watch the sit down in South Beach Sessions.
I will.
What I love about it is that we're used to seeing Pat a certain way, and there's always a beauty and wisdom as you age. The treatment of players, the treatment of family.
We'll wait a couple seconds before he pops back in. Frozen again. 3, 2, 1. Nope, not yet. I gotta go.
Good. Can you see me now? Perfect.
Yeah, we see you.
Perfect.
It's like a rotating record.
Yeah. When you get a chance to see it, Bob, there is a beauty in seeing an aging warrior, the humility, the empathy, and there's love in that elder wisdom that you wish you had as you were younger, because you value time, you value the people, you value the moment. And there's one recurring thing that I try to instill in our players. Yes, it's you got to be disciplined. You have to be on top of your game if you want to be great. There's sacrifices, there's investments, but what you can never lose is within these moments, you have to enjoy it too. It's a game. That does not mean you're going to be reckless. That does not mean you're going to be careless. But a lot of times when you mix a game now with a profession and a business, you kind of lose the beauty of it. And that when we grew up, the first time you picked up a basketball, a football, a baseball, you weren't thinking about making millions of dollars. No. You weren't thinking about getting endorsements. You weren't thinking you were going to get drafted and play in a different city. No, you enjoyed playing with your friends. You did it to make friends. You did it because it's something that you wanted to express. So I think there's a beauty in it that a lot of people lose. And I try to instill in younger guys, 14, 15, 16, that when you take it on to college into the professional levels, you never lose that passion and you never lose the concept of why you play this game. Now it's going to bless you with endless wealth. That does not mean you're going to be happy, but it's going to give you possibilities for your family to build generational wealth for your kids, for your loved ones. So take it as an opportunity and just go with it. So it's great wisdom as you get older, and you'll see it. You see Pat, and he's very down to earth in regards to, he's comfortable with Dan Le Batard, and he's one of the few people that he ever sits down and talks to him. So I value that, because I see myself in that, like kind of like with you. I wouldn't do this with anybody else. I generally do not like people, and I love you all, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I generally do not like people. So the only reason I'm here right now is because of you.
I love you too, man.
I love you, man. Now I freeze. Imagine I would have freeze in that moment.
Right at that.
I don't like people.
You got cut. Before we move on to Hurricanes, because I want to talk about that, man. I want to, because Linda was in there, and we do talk Dolphins, but I just saw this pop up, and I'd love to bring this up just very quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rewriting the record book, several Dolphins set new franchise records in 2024. Look, we all know Miami, this Dolphins season was a failure. You know, there's a lot to be had, and we hope that Miami does something this offseason to get fans excited again, because no matter what they do, it's going to be a hard sell for anybody.
Absolutely.
Because they'll be like, oh, everything looks really good, and we have Tua, he's healthy, and he's out after week 3. You know, then we're back to thing. But then, wait a second, here comes the backup. Is it Kirk? Is it Kirk Cousins? Is it Milroe out of Alabama? Then, okay, maybe it's still exciting, but we don't know. We'll get there. But here's some silver linings. I know a lot of people aren't going to care about this part, but it's still good. But I know it's a lot of short passes here. But completion percentage. These are individual single season individual records set in 2024 by the Dolphins. I think this is Dolphin records, Alex, not NFL.
Okay.
This is franchise.
Yeah. Just
completion percentage. Tua Tagovailoa with 72.9%.
Correct.
88 receptions. Most receptions by a tight end, a Miami Dolphins tight end, which is Jonnu Smith at 88.
Yeah.
Receiving yards by a Miami Dolphins tight end, Jonnu Smith, 884.
Wow, man.
Receiving touchdowns by a tight end, Jonnu Smith, 8 touchdowns. Most receptions by a Dolphins running back, Devon Achane, 78.
Yeah.
Receiving touchdowns by a Dolphins running back, Devon Achane, 6. Most sacks by a defensive tackle in Miami history, Zach Sealer with 10. Most consecutive field goals made in Dolphins history, Jason Sanders with 27. Take that for all the haters out there.
Yeah.
I was maybe the only person who stood by Jason Sanders.
You did.
When everyone else was shitting on him, I was the only one.
Especially Evan.
Evan Posner. Finstanza. He's a hater. And then
of epic proportions.
Most 50-plus yard field goals made by a Dolphins kicker. Not Orlando Mare. Jason Sanders with 12.
Nice.
There you go. Just thought I'd throw that in there. And bunch of haters. Make sure.
Now we re-signed Holland. Do you want him to re-sign Javon Holland at the right price? Or are you up for a little shakeup at the safety position?
I'm all about a shakeup. This was a contract year.
Yeah.
And he performed at that level.
I feel the same way.
You know, um, that was
I was surprised by the regression. I really was.
yeah. To me, when you're in that type of situation and you're in a contract year, that's when usually you play your best and you kind
Absolutely.
of, you got to be like, oh, do we actually do it because he did, was that really him? But to me, to perform in that way,
No.
no way. I'm moving on. I
I
mean,
wonder if
again,
they restructured Chubb. I'm
Malik.
excited for Phillips
Oh,
and
for
Chop
sure.
Robinson.
Yeah, yeah, Chubb. I'm cool with. I would like to restructure him. Um, again, Malachi Starks was a name that brought up. Uh, and I think that's cool at 13. He's a very good safety. They obviously drafted Patrick McMorris last
Yeah.
offseason. Good to want to see what you. Another guy I saw out of Iowa, Sebastian Castro, uh, is one I like later, probably in the third round, possibly
Okay.
second, third round. Anthony, disagree. I disagree with you, Bobby. I think Javon is playing out of position. I think what's going to happen as we draft to safety and he moves into his neck at Rover. Um, Javon Holly, I don't know if he's playing out of position or not, but if you feel like he gave his best this season, especially at a contract year, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we have different satisfaction meters. I don't know what you want to call that. Shout out to Mom. Mom's tuning in from Hialeah. She said, "Let's set a record here tonight and meet your goal for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. How can we help you, Bobby?" Absolutely. Dolphins Cancer Challenge is coming up. It's around the corner, Alex. Um, February 22nd is the walk. Uh, we are currently at $615 raised for $1,000 goal. Let me make sure I get this right here. Uh, very excited. It's going to be first off, it's a great event, but it's even um, a better purpose. I mean,
Right.
who has not had cancer affect them personally, whether themselves or their family or their friends or someone they know. We all know how ugly cancer is and what it does to people and what it does to families. And to even be just a small part of this by doing this 2 years now has been huge and humbling to me. This event, the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. I mean, these guys put in the work. Everybody, this is a huge effort from the entire organization. I think they're the number one organization in regards of raising money to fight
Yeah.
cancer. This is in its 15 years. They've raised over to $75 million in those 15 years for advanced cancer research. Uh, like I said, last year I participated in Miami, was able to walk at Hard Rock Stadium. Um, I was with this awesome team. I still am with the Worldwide Dolphin fans. Our team raised over $46,000
That's
of
awesome.
the I think the 10 million plus that they raised altogether. Um, so shout out to Mom for bringing it up. We get lost in translation here with all the topics and everything we're discussing. But guys, I mean, look, even if you can't participate on the ground, in the 5K, the bike, whatever, man, and whether it's just sharing this link with friends and family or just donating 5, 10, whatever, 20, whatever you can donate would be awesome. Uh, you know, I'm going to drop that link in here, guys. And if you feel in your heart to do so, I'd appreciate it. And I'm sure, and because that goes straight. It's not like there's a percentage. It's not like you donate $20 and then $5 goes to the Dolphins or anything. No, this all goes to cancer research. So, yeah, if you feel in your heart to donate, do it. And absolutely, man, we're almost there. So, right around the corner, February 22nd, the Dolphins Cancer Challenge 5K hosted at Hard Rock. They got a big event going on down there. But anywho, back at it, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes. Cameron Ward. Cam Ward was up for the Heisman. He had an amazing year last season. Going into the NFL. The Hurricanes only had him for a year, but what an impact he made. Obviously, it did not end the way we wanted it to end. But he goes on. He might be the number one overall pick You know, Titans have the #1 pick. They need a quarterback. Will it be Cam Ward or will they trade down? We'll see. Obviously, Shadir Sanders is in that conversation. I'm not really in on that, but it's all good. But the Hurricanes were kind of left stranded. You know, what are they going to do at quarterback? Is it Emory Williams? We know Will was a huge fan of Emory Williams and what he could bring to Miami. After you saw him in that bowl game, a lot of people were kind of like, oh, no, we don't want that. So what did Miami do? Well, they spent the most money for a quarterback, I think, in history. I think it was supposed to be 4.4 million NIL, but I think it was ended up being 3.8, whatever it was. But they go and get Carson Beck out of Georgia. He was considered to go. He was thinking about going into the NFL, but he said, "No, I'm going to go one more year," and he's coming to Miami. He was a lot of people said he was possibly a first-round pick. I think he was more second, third-round pick. Possibly why he wants to come to Miami, give one more year, see if he could bring up his value, which he could with that offense and that talent. This is what you're getting. Cam Ward last year did for Miami. For this one is so crazy. Cam Ward, before coming to Miami, Washington State, he threw for 3,735 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 INTs. When he came to the Hurricanes, he threw for 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, 7 INTs with 172.2 QB rating. Carson Beck last year with Georgia, 3,485 yards, 28 touchdowns, 12 INTs. And then, of course, the year before at Georgia, 3,941 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 INTs. So you saw what Miami and Cam Ward did together. It's not hard to see why Carson Beck would say, I think that's a good fit, especially the money, but also his girlfriend's here in Miami as well.
One of the Cavalier twins, yeah.
Yes. That's right. You told me. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know. You're a prick for not telling me that part. Now, she likes Smeagol. That's cool. So anyway, Alex, what do you think about this, man? Are you excited about Carson Beck coming to Hurricanes?
I'm excited because everybody has to adapt. The era of college football developing their players and the player flourishing the third or fourth year in predominant positions are really done. Because the formula Miami has, obviously they're going to recruit talent. They're going to recruit offensive line, defensive line. And this is Cristobal's full offensive line. They're all returning. It's the same returning offensive line. And what you're kind of seeing that Miami in the prime positions, running back and quarterback, they might be doing these one and dones every year where these guys play 2 to 3 years in another college and they're going to wrap up their stock here in Miami. With Sean Dolphin's offense, Carson Beck is going to excel. I don't know if he's Cam Ward pocket presence, but for sure, I think his draft stock is going to go up. I think we're going to be productive. And Miami, what I'm most impressed about Miami is their defensive coordinator hire. They made the right move.
That's the most important
move, man.
That's the most important thing.
They have the talent. They need a leadership there. And I'm just excited because I know Miami, we were going to get demolished if we got into the college playoff because these teams will whoop our ass. Why? Because our defense, Cam Ward and the offense cannot win you every single game or bail you out of every single game. And there was maybe 3 or 4 games that we should have lost this year for sure. It's just the evolution of college football. Is the evolution of the NIL deals. You're going to see a lot of coaches leave the coaching ranks. And it's going to be a new wave and a new generation of coaches that understand what is coming. It's not something that I agree with wholeheartedly because I think there's going to be some change. Then I think there needs to be some changes because from the coaching perspective, it sucks that you commit and you build a program around 2 to 3 guys and then within a year they're gone because they got more money elsewhere. I do believe that there has to come to an agreement where these NIL deals are most likely 2-year deals instead of 1-year deals. And the problem is agents. That's why they love these players, man. You know how much agents are making off NIL deals? Close to 20%, if not 20%. So they're making more money off a client in college football sometimes than they do in professional rankings in the NFL. So there's going to be a whole NIL. I think within a few years, they're going to be restructuring the NIL situations because it cannot be a 1-year thing consistently because a lot of programs cannot sustain that. You know, I don't mind a 2-year commitment. You're still getting your education. But Miami has figured it out with Cristobal. Miami has figured out how to be on top of their game while not losing their recruiting and building for the future in the talent positions, wide receiver, D-backs, offensive line, and their mainstay quarterback is going to be probably a 1 year rotating window. But you have a fourth year starter, experience. It's a productive move, and it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. What you're paying him is going to be worth it.
I agree. I think it is worth it. I think it's good for Miami. You get a um, a good, almost a finished product at quarterback. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about developing. You just let him do his role. You give him the talent. You let him go. It's really the defense that is the major concern. And I think Heiderman, I think his name is.
Yeah,
Um,
Heiderman, I think.
Bringing him in, I know how excited people are. I'm really looking forward. I know Caneswear will be back soon, the Caneswear podcast, and hearing what those guys have to say about all this. Shout out to them and the Caneswear guys. You guys, whether it's Hurricanes gear, Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami, go check out Caneswear at 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Great stuff. If you can't get to it, go to caneswear.com. Unbelievable gear they got there, but also great. Sometimes they got some giveaways, discount, all that type of stuff. Go check out Brett and the crew, what they got going on at Caneswear. Let's keep this ball rolling. First off, talking about Miami Heat, which we did earlier, the Jimmy Butler situation. The Miami Heat are leading 30-27 against the LA Lakers in the first quarter. Tyler Hero with 13 points already. So he is doing good. Haysmith, Bam Adebayo has 7. Hawkins has 3. Highsmith has 5. Rozier has 2. So the game just started. We all are aware of that, but good start so far for the Miami Heat. Let's go. Let's get some culture stuff out of the way. Let's have some fun. So we talked about this earlier with TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. Full on admit, I'm not a big thing into Instagram. I only go to Instagram to, I do something for one of our shows there. Whether it's posting family pictures, and then same thing with Facebook. I think they share, so that's what it is. But Facebook and Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, I don't really do unless it's just posting stuff. Except one of the topics we're going to talk about is got me stuck on Facebook the other day, and I was like, oh crap, this is a great talk. But one of the things I do go on a lot, and I could get trapped in it, is TikTok. Whether that's like during a lunch break, right before I take a shower, just dying laughing, watching stupid videos. So, there are some, and I'm not the only one. We all know that there's a lot of people that get stuck on TikTok and watching videos and stuff. Alex, you know that. Well, TikTok, there's plans to shut down TikTok, which will start on Sunday, unless of course the Supreme Court decides not to do it. Which will affect over 170 million Americans. This is due to a federal ban. The ban is to limit. This is why they're doing it, or what said. It is to limit the Chinese government's ability to covertly manipulate what Americans see on the application and accessing American data. It's to protect us from the Chinese. See, what is it? What they're not telling you is that America's a little mad and jealous that the Chinese are doing it. And they're like, hey, that's our job, So, all interesting. Of course, the inauguration is coming up on the 20th. So I think it's a day after or a day before. I don't know. Or I don't have it in front of me, but Trump is saying that he can reverse it, or he may reverse it, and he hasn't decided. He said it's good and whatever. We'll see, President Trump. But besides all that, Alex, what do you think about this ban, man? What's your reaction to this? Are you a TikToker?
No, man. No, long time ago. The only social media I have is X, because obviously that's where I follow all the sports news and things like of that sort. Instagram, I have it for the company, so we share some videos here of installations here and there. But I made a commitment around, like, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. I took away all my social media because it was just consuming some time that I'm like, this is not productive for me. I'm not judging anybody. It was just too much screen time at the time, and I kind of saw where the addiction was going, and I'm like, you know what, this isn't for me. Like, and I'm so much freer in regards to, I don't see what people post, I don't see what people talk about, so I'm living like in the 90s again. I'm happy, I'm cool, I'm chilling, but I wouldn't say it's gonna I know the ban is there. I think they're going to reverse it because Tati made a good point of how much it affects monetarily, and they might want to try to
Well, it
outright
does.
buy it.
There's a lot of people who make a living off TikTok
Yeah.
with shops and selling and
Yeah.
everything else. So absolutely, you know. Let me get Tati's comment
Now,
up here.
now the algorithms. It is true. The American public has a different view of TikTok than the Chinese community. So it is it true? How do you control the masses? You control the masses by giving them everything on one device, and it's an epidemic. There is a situation where there is too much screen time, and it's easier for parents because the kids are calm and all. I can go out to eat, but to me, there is a problem if you go out to eat, you're having dinner or you're having a family gathering, and people are on their phones constantly. And with TikTok is it's the trends, and yeah, it's the youth. The art moves the youth. Music moves the well. Music is part of art, but I just think that I wouldn't ban things outright. There just has to be more of a balance, you know. And it's kind of like a resetting of the culture. The kids now are into it, but I guarantee you, like in another generation, people are going to probably go away a little bit from electronic devices. In my opinion, I might be crazy because, for example, we've had gaming for forever, and gaming is still huge. Now, gaming, you can actually make a career being a gamer. You make a whole lot of money being a gamer. There's college degrees for gaming. There's schools. There's technical schools for it. So I know it's the evolution, but I honestly don't think it's gonna end up being banned, man. I think they're gonna reverse it or they're gonna outright buy it. You know, that could be the play there.
Interesting.
Correct. Yes, right here. Well, what do you do? And it does. And what is it affecting? Yeah, it's true. We have human being by nature is an addictive personality. We are addictive to things that we like. But also it gets you prone to instant gratification. Or like this person didn't like this, or like my video, and then the ridicule and the back and forth. And I'm like, I understand it's kind of like a modern building of your self-esteem, but I think Matthew McConaughey said it best when he talked about allowing his son. Well, his son didn't have social media. I think it was like 13 or 14, and he said what he told him was, don't share things just to share them, or because other people are sharing it. Share things that you want to share. And I think that is something that we survived. Well, yeah, it's just they banned TikTok, right? But it's just going to be another social media platform. You know, it's going to be something revolutionizing. So it's just too much. And you know what sucks? I want everybody that's listening right now, go to your phones. Notice how many social media apps you have on your phone. And go to your screen time. Notice how much screen time you take up on those. And then the best part about this is, oh man, I just didn't have time today. No, you have time. You're just busy watching other people live their life. And I'm full disclosure, like I said, not judging people, but it's true.
But you are.
Live your
Don't
goddamn
lie.
life.
That's
man.
a lie.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not
it's a
judging
lie,
people.
yes.
You're full of shit.
You know, it's like I'm living like right now. I'm here, like I'm doing a show. I love Bobby. I'm doing a show with him. He's amazing. No, I'm doing a show. You see me. I'm here. I don't gotta post about it. Is that Reddit? No. Oh no, that's something. Reddit is old. Is this something new?
Read something. It's supposed to replace TikTok if TikTok.
Oh, I think AJ told me about that. I forgot the name she said.
Yeah, read something. I know what Tati's talking about. I saw something about that.
Awesome.
I will say full disclosure. I wish I could. That's true. I do wish, like, if I could take down Instagram and.
Yeah.
But the problem is for me now.
Yeah, it's a business.
It will do in all of this. It's hard to do it because it's not just. I don't worry about fucking. Sorry, Chinese spies and all that. Okay, where you're looking? Oh, I'm looking at pictures. You know, no, I don't give a damn. What I care is it's toxic. There's a lot of things you could look at, find something that you don't really want to see. You know, there's no real barriers, and it even goes for your kids. I see they're starting to promote now Instagram for teens or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that. You know, and like, you know, over my dead body. You don't want to know how many times you can't even safeguard it, the actual thing. You know.
But you made a good point. You made a good point there, Bob. And I'll interrupt just quickly.
No, you're good.
The design, the concept of social media, I love. Why? Because you're connecting people. Hey, even WhatsApp. you can connect with family members and you can see each other through FaceTime and you can share things and albums and pictures. And I get the concept of it. The problem is, just like everything else in life, any technological advancement, there are people that will use it for the wrong reasons. And usually the wrong reasons are the most addictive ones. Yeah. So artificial intelligence, AI, people, oh, it's easier, it's that. But what you're not realizing is that your body is a muscle. Muscle has memory. So when you have AI doing everything for you, you are losing. Tell me right now, when we were kids, we could remember telephones. We could remember 10, 15 telephones off the top of our heads. Right now, yep, right now we go and barely we remember our own wife's number or our own mother's number. I know maybe 3 or 4 numbers by heart. Everything else, I don't know the numbers. Why? Because I have it saved. So my mind.
You remember any of the numbers of your childhood?
From my yeah, I remember my household number. 305-882-0225.
305-885-4692.
Yeah, and my grandmother's line was 305-885-5068.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say my grandma, because I think my grandma still has her phone number. So
yeah, I know, yeah, nobody's saying that.
I know that
my
one.
Mom's job number, 374-6400. 305-374-6400, extension 2302.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's memory is ridiculous. You know,
that's a lost art. Like, believe it or not, that affects short-term memory. That affects long-term memory. And what happens? Our kids, people don't see this. The way we're wired, like, why do you, oh my God, the kids know how to operate everything. Why? Because we're wired. We're constantly changing. In our DNA, when you have children, when you reproduce, you're passing that DNA, but that's not the DNA that you were born with. You're already advanced yourself. So you're like an organism that is continuing to evolve. So when you have children, that's why new generations are prone to it, not because they see it, but they're just able to do it as well.
And here's the other thing, see, Tati, because even she's fallen for it. She enjoys arguing with people online. I can't stand that. You know, people love to just seek out arguments.
Oh, for no reason.
About anything. Nobody could have an opinion. If you have an opinion, you're wrong. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Do you know how much time you waste having an argument online, Bobby? Like, do you realize the time it takes for you to just type away for hours? I'm like, dude, you don't have anything else to do in your life than argue with somebody like that's a million miles away just because you had an opinion and you didn't concur with his opinion?
People could say whatever. I don't argue with people online. I could care less. You know, if you want to know my opinion on something, you can watch the shows.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. You know, I don't do with it. You know, I see people. I will watch. I don't mean watch, but I will see something in the morning. People kind of going back and forth, and you come back later the afternoon, and they're still going at it.
Oh my God!
Now other people have joined, and I mean, it's not even like a basic like I disagree with you, and this is why. But no, now it's name calling. And you're calling, they're right. And it's like
there's no more.
And these are old ass. These are old ass people. These are people in their 40s, their 50s. They're like, dude, aren't you a grown ass man? And you're doing this, whether they're arguing with a woman or where you went. It's like, what the hell are we doing? Those are the people that, like you said, Alex, where they're like this. Mommy, daddy, mommy, grandpa, whatever. Leave me alone. And then they realize, oh, wait, the day's over. Like, you just wasted the whole thing.
And your life is over. Like, people don't realize this, man. Like, the amount of people, I don't understand if it's a disconnect, but I don't remember. Obviously, for us, it was different with the way we grew up. But there has to be something when you're in a room and you're watching TV and you're also on your phone and then your family's there and no one's talking, but everybody's updating or like, I'm like, well, that's a little
the way we grew up, you know, not that we didn't have video game or anything like that. We did. But, and I don't say this in a bad way, but we grew up in the street. And by that, I mean, we were outside.
Correct.
Playing ball.
Correct.
During the day, whether it's playing basketball in front of Alex's house, playing baseball in front of mine, or football, street ball, or going to the park and playing football. Or if it was at nighttime and you didn't want to make noise, whatever, what did we do? And we played hide and seek. You know, of course, we never do that now, or not let our kids, you know, but we'd go to the alley across the street and hide and do that. Yeah. Or we'd knock on somebody's door and run, and Alex would go, bro. And then Alex would go in the house, and then we'd go and knock on Alex's door and then run. We do all that. You know, but their kids will never get to experience that. And again, it's just, you know, it's first off, can't trust the world. I don't trust my kids to go out like, well, go ahead. Yeah, go walk, go ride your bike down the road. Go to drive your bike yourself to the park. Never. But again, the same thing is, but like we have a big backyard.
Yeah.
We have a big front yard.
Oh, you got space. Yeah, you got
You know what I'm saying?
space.
You got plenty of stuff to do. But they, a lot of the kids nowadays want to be on their phone, want to be on the game, want to be whatever, and it's just the
And
way it is now.
it's on us, on parents, because I do believe like your children need technological. They need to be of their time. I understand that. But
Sure.
what you need to teach your children is balance. So yeah, you could be on your phone. You got an hour.
That's
Do
right.
what you want to do.
That's right. That's
But
right.
when that hour's done, don't ask me for more. Like that's it. You use your hour. All right, let's go. You got something else to do.
Well, and that's the thing too. I will say though, I mean, even if I wanted to, and to stay inside one day, because you just have those days you wanted
Yeah,
to.
of course, of course.
I'm telling you right now, even if I wanted to, I was at home and I'd be like, I'm just hang out in my room, play a game or watch TV, whatever. It was like maybe 5 minutes into the day that I thought I'm gonna chill the hell out today. All of a sudden, you hear, Bobby,
Bobby, let's go.
let's go.
Let's go.
Nah, bro. Tomorrow, man. I'm not. No, Bobby, don't be a sellout, bro.
I feel bad, bro.
Bobby, don't be a sellout, bro. Fool, bro.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you hear this. Wait, the doc stop. You hear this from far away. Oh, hi, Alex. How you? Bobby, walk right in my house. Get out of here, bro. What are you doing?
I remember vividly. I pulled covers. I pulled everything out. Like, let's roll, bro. Let's go. You told me you were gonna play in the morning. Let's fucking go, man.
Alex, stop! Wait, 5 more minutes. I'm almost there. No, oh, dude, if people had a sitcom, I know a lot of people could say this about their childhood.
Yeah.
But if there would be a sitcom on East 10th Street, it would be Box Office. Legitimate. Yeah. There were so many characters.
It was fun, man. I would not change. And I know everybody probably thinks this in regards to their childhood the same way, but I would not change my childhood for anything. And I don't have anything to compare it to, only the way our kids are growing up. But yeah. I felt that we learned, we had what we needed to have. We wanted what we wanted to have, but we always were level-headed and very disciplined in regards to how we were going to go about it. And it made us who we are today. It might not be super successful. It might not be, we have all the money in the world, but we value our time. We value our family. We value who we are. And I think that's an essential part. And because of the way we grew up.
No, it's so true. And what Tati's saying there, we had so much we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
It's true. I wouldn't change a thing. There's probably something if I would say, oh, wow, man, would you just no, I wouldn't change. I've been asked it before. Oh, would you? No, I wouldn't. Because where would I be today? I don't know. But I know where I am now. And you use those lessons, whatever lessons they were, and to help teach your children, And that's why, like, even now, like Tati says, we were rich in so many ways.
Absolutely.
See, now you think about it, you go, damn, those were the days. Like right there. I used to go deep into the mountains just because I wanted to.
Yeah.
My dad would get somebody. You see that? But just to have that experience to go back, man, remember I used to do that? How far would you go now?
Yeah.
Think about that. How far out would you go now? Now you'd be like, I don't know, because you're sensitive to the world. And you rather go inside and be on your phone or be on the computer or whatever.
Yeah. Because it's a safe haven.
It's a safe haven, For me, I used to love going out in the ocean, just walking out to the ocean, the rough, if there was a storm out there, watching, it's bad, but I used to love getting hit by the waves, and I come back and I took that for granted, dude, because now it's like, damn, so much green. Marijuana? No, there was no. What are you talking about? Drugs? No, there was nothing like that. She grew up in the Colombian hills. No, I'm just kidding. It looked like Colombia. It looked like Pablo Escobar was about to come out from those woods over there.
Yeah, we gotta stop the what she was doing in those woods, bro. What were we doing in those woods?
No, get your butt back over here. Cheat.
Talking
about Puerto Rico and around the world, weird foods. Just talking about social media. Facebook.
Yes.
I was trying to find. Sometimes, what sucks is, of course, every time I go onto Facebook, I'll see them. Oh,
now today you won't.
This doofus from Philadelphia. Did you see that? Did you see the Philadelphia thing?
No.
This jackass in Philadelphia, a Philadelphia fan, was harassing this woman and calling her the C word. She was just minding her own business, and I don't know what happened before, but don't matter. You don't do that. You don't. And his boyfriend's like, dude, don't call her that. Let's listen. He's like, but she is calling the C word. And the Eagles head of security, found out who it was. They banned him for life.
Perfect.
His job, fired him.
Fired. Exactly. For being an idiot.
This is my thing. Identify, release statement, apologize for his actions that were not without provocation. It doesn't matter, bro.
No.
It doesn't matter. At that point, when it stopped, you shut up.
You shut up.
Enjoy the game.
You shut up. Yes. Yeah.
Be a man of better character.
Once again, the mental toughness and the humility, the maturity level is lost in regards to trying to prove. People get heated so much and they lose concept of what you're losing. Just because you lose your cool doesn't mean you're about to lose your family, your job, your livelihood. Like, people don't understand this, man.
And you're gonna say, "Oh, but I was provoked." It doesn't matter, bro. You did that. You control your actions, and there is nothing excusable for saying that to her. She was doing nothing. I don't know what happened beforehand, but it doesn't matter. There's some words you don't even just get it out of your brain.
No.
You made yourself look like, even you had a friend. His friend go like this, telling him, "Stop it, stop."
Yeah.
And now look, you lost
bro.
your job.
That's not even your wife.
You can't even watch. You can't even. You don't even. Better no. Don't call your wife that at all. But you lost your job. You lost your opportunity to go see your favorite team now. And your face is all over social media and the world doing that. And your own team banned you. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong, dude? You're automatically in the wrong. You lost.
Yeah.
You
Idiot.
Lost. Jackass.
Dumbass.
I'm trying to find this guy's Facebook page and my daughter's going crazy out there. Can you hear her?
We hear, yes.
I'm sorry.
No, man. What do you mean? It's being a kid, bro.
I'm gonna go Jason Sanders in a second. No, I'm just playing. Damn, man. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Best ever food review show. Sunny. Let me just see if I could. You kind of see that very quick.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Is that like Tyler Hero?
No. He goes everywhere, and he tries everything. I mean, everything and anything. And brain, lizard, which
Jesus Christ.
So let me do. So here we go. All right. So I wanted to have the countries and all that, but I'll just send it to you. And talk about social media very quick, because you were talking about how people just like to live their lives, which is true. You go on there, at the park, out on a boat, I'm doing, here I am, I'm taking a shit. It's like, come on, dude, and South, whatever. I will say, shout out to your beautiful mother, who I love with my dear heart.
Yes.
She gave me a high-end compliment the other day, called me a movie star. I was like, sorry, America.
Which is funny.
God bless America. That's all I got.
Jamila tells me it's hilarious. Your mom has more social media than you, and my mom is 79 years old.
She does. I mean, that's like times I saw that. She's like, what a movie! You're a movie star. I was like, I'm like, all right, America.
No,
right.
She asked me the other day. It's like, can you please set up Instagram? Because my friends send pictures and all that, and they always send me things and I can't open them. I'm like, yes, mom, we'll set it up for you. Don't worry about it.
Love her to death, man. But it was so funny. When you were saying that, I was like, that's not what I was looking for. I just changed my profile picture.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Love your parents, man. They're doing good, bro.
Yeah, they're doing good, man. Hey, regular age things, deterioration of not being able to walk as much, but they're upbeat. Obviously, they live here with us, that. So it's always good to have them close and dear. And just, I've been blessed with even having older parents that have been able to enjoy them much longer, honestly, than I expected to enjoy them. So it's a blessing in disguise.
100%. So here's some of the foods. Okay, and I'm going to try to
let's go.
Remember.
Let's go.
And I want to see if you would actually eat it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, first things first. Okay, let me make sure. This is actual stuff that he's eating, but you gotta give me a minute. So the first one, just because I'm deer brain, a brain from a deer.
No,
would you do it?
I don't need brain. No,
that was pretty quick. Like,
I just, I
want to,
nah.
I want to preference this by
Yeah.
saying Alex usually eats. He will try.
Oh
He
yeah,
will
I'll try
try.
everything. Absolutely.
Okay.
But I just don't like liver, brain. I've
Have
eaten
you ever tried
intestine.
brain?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Okay. Okay.
But you see,
Um,
that's one of those things that depending on how it's cooked, how I see it, if it's appealing to
if
me,
it looks
I might
appealing to you,
exactly. I might try it. But out of just
I'm
the
gonna send you these videos. Do you see? If I
yeah,
sent you a video from Facebook, can you see it? Even though you don't have Facebook,
I don't
you
know.
know.
I could try. I could try to see
Okay.
it.
Anything,
Yeah.
I'll screen record it very quick and see
Okay.
if I just. So dear brain, I'm with you.
Mm.
I wouldn't do it with a 10-foot fucking pole. Uh, this is true. I don't want
Bull
to say it.
testicle, bro.
Huh?
Bull testicles.
Well, there are bull testicles.
Never
Yeah. Would you eat that? Would you eat that?
No, I wouldn't need that either.
Any testicles?
No, I wouldn't need any testicles. No, I'm
I'd
good.
eat that.
I'm good. Just yeah. Oh.
How about horse penis?
Whoa, bro. No, man. Hell no.
This guy ate horse.
He ate a horse dick. A horse dick, bro. It's like,
A horse
dick? Oops.
Wrong show, bro.
Oopsies. Whoa.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That's
yeah,
insane,
no,
man.
he did. I don't know what country it was, but he, of course, he was like very hesitant. But
yeah, I mean,
it was like, you know,
man, it took him a while to eat the horse.
He put it in the pot. All they did was, and you know, it's like they go, hey, they throw it in the pot. It's like it's spotted too. It's a spotted thing. You're like, oh god, you know, he throws it in.
That's insane, man.
And they go, we'll be back in 3 hours, and he's doing it. And all of a sudden he comes back, and of course that's kind of shriveled a little bit. It's kind of peeling off. And the guy goes, no, he puts some seasoning, and the water's kind of gray now. You're like, oh yeah. Oh, God.
What do you mean? I'm just, just stirring horse dick. Just
he's like, and he goes, first he was like, oh god, he probably it's a little gummy. It's a little gummy.
It's a little gummy, of course, bro. Of course it's gummy, man.
It's so bad, but I can't stop. I can't stop watching it. I'm like, oh god. Well, and the other one is one I saw. So you like fish, right? Would you eat?
Yeah, I love fish. I love seafood. Yeah.
So Tati says people cooking the weirdest shit. Here's the thing. They didn't cook anything in this one. This group of people, and it's from another country, obviously. He goes there and they say, oh, it's this fish, man. It's really good. And he's okay. I'm going to try it for sure. What do they do? They go out in the water. They go collect the fish. They put it, and he's looking at them. They're splashing around, and he goes, so what do we do now? Do we cook them? And he goes, no, you eat them like this. They get the seasonings, whatever. You get the chopsticks, dip it in the sauce, dip it in the seasoning, and they eat the fish alive. You have to.
They don't even skin them. They just eat it alive. That's insane. No, bro, absolutely not. You can die. You can die.
Oh god, dude, the stuff. Man. There's some bear claw. Would you eat a bear claw?
Yeah, that's probably like a gummy type thing. There's a lot of
depends on the type of meat. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've eaten
after watching it being cooked. Watch it being cooked. First off, no, but after watching it, I would not at all because first off, Alex, I don't like loose hair whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that shit grosses me out. Like,
Tati
washes her hair and I'm pissed. Gets between my finger and my toes. I'm like, I'm done. If I ever see hair on my food, Alex, throw away the food. Probably just pull it. I'm not going to touch it, bro. It's done. I'm legit. I'm done. Yeah, Tati, I've done it before. I will be done.
But now, dinner. Bobby, have you ever had your little beard hairs on your cereal by any chance? Has that happened to you? And you just scoop it out in the corner?
No, not that I know of. I mean, maybe an eyelash, but yeah, I have scooped like that.
Yeah.
That's different. I know
that's
it's for
different
me.
It's yours. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll clean it out. But if I see, my worst nightmare is like eating a nugget and then you bite it and the hair is like,
and it
dude,
that would be like,
out. Alex, I will die. I will die.
Or why about you eating a sandwich and it's like you're already like halfway in your second side of the sandwich and then you see the hair, you're like, oh no. I just saved the whole.
I mean, livid. But bear claw, the reason I never touch a bear claw is for that very reason, because they cook it with the hair and then they pick off the hair and it looks like a like a beard, and then he has to go little by little. I'm like, nah, no chance.
No, man. Why would you even eat that?
I'm gonna send you that page, bro. I'm gonna send you that page. I'm gonna send you that page because it'll be one of those things where it's so bad, but you can't stop. Because you're like, how far will this guy go?
Yeah.
He goes pretty freaking far. He goes really
There's so
far.
many great things to eat in life. Like, why do people go into these things, bro?
It's
like,
a great. Hey, you know what? Shout out to him. His page is busy. He's doing stuff. I mean, eventually he's gonna get a TV show. I mean, it's just can you really show this stuff on TV? I don't know. I don't know how far you can go without you're not allowed to do it.
I mean,
you know?
Zimmerman used to do Bizarre Foods. I think was it Bizarre Foods or was that? Oh my God, Anthony Bourdain. Was that Anthony Bourdain?
Anthony Bourdain, yeah.
I used to love watching the show.
Here's some names. I don't know. Okay. What did I put here? Top weirdest foods from around the world. Chicken feet. I don't know if that would be.
Oh yeah, that's actually that's like almost a delicacy in the Dominican culture. Yeah, my in-laws have made it. Yeah.
Even though I've never had it, I don't think that's a weird thing. I think people have done that. That's
people. A lot of soup. They make soup from it, like chicken feet soup.
Haggis from Scotland. It's a sheep's heart. Is that Yeah, a sheep's heart, liver, and lungs mixed with onions. You don't want to even hear it?
No, bro. It is a surgery?
I've never heard Alex say no, negative.
No, man.
Keep going, bro. God dang, Alex. Alex is never going to say nope. At least wait. Like, wait till I get I'm like, nope, negative.
Like, nope, I'm out.
Tripe.
Tripa. I've eaten it.
A stomach lining of various animals with a sponge-like honeycomb. I've seen that. That looks disgusting.
I've actually eaten that. It's very chewy. A little too chewy for my liking.
Kahish, Middle East, East Europe, and Turkey. A pretty gruesome little dish made up of stewed cow's feet and head. It was once a winter comfort food, but is now considered a delicacy. I'm sure it's fine, so long as you don't mind me grinning skull staring back at you with the dead eyes. Oh my gosh. The water looks disgusting. Tuna eyeballs out of Japan.
No, man. Once again, body parts. I don't eat body parts, man. Just straight up belly. Yeah, pig's feet is.
I don't eat the feet, but I drink the broth. It's rich in collagen. No gracias. Yeah. Pig feet is so good. See, this looks like random steak, but what is this? Black pudding, blood sausage, Africa.
I've heard of that.
Pretty widely available, really. Still, there are a large number of people who find the idea revolting, and silly people, their finished product is tasty. Congealed blood cooked up with various natural flavoring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it's blood? Okay. Spam. That's not, well,
I've eaten spam. I don't like
spam. The famous mystery meat. It said spam is made up of chopped pork, shoulder meat, ham, and potatoes. These people eat it all the time. I can't stand the smell. Spam.
Yeah, it's very salty.
Now it's a weird food. I didn't know that. Hakaro, the rotting carcass of a Greenland or basking shark.
Oh, I actually saw that. I saw that video.
It's buried underground in a shallow pit and pressed with stones, so the poisonous internal fluids that allow it to live in such cold waters can be drained out, making the meat safe to eat. After this, it's hung out to dry before it's cut into strips and served with a smell.
Is it like months?
Yeah, and when it's cut with a smell that's described as ammonia-rich and a strong fishy flavor, it's described by Anthony Bourdain as the single worst, most disgusting, and terribly tasting thing he's ever tried.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Again, it is disgusting.
Yeah.
A lot of this is like, what? But I will say, though, I don't judge these people as much because, again, this is their world. They they eat everything and anything they can. But there are some things like, dude, you don't have to eat that.
Yeah. But even the process, why would you do that process and wait it out for something that's so disgusting? Like how is that even beneficial? I guess it could be part of your culture, but you get a whale carcass, you have to bury it, you put it in the stones, whatever, you wait months to eat it, and it tastes like shit. It's like, what was the purpose of this? Like, usually food, you anticipate food being a hangout. Like, you're happy. There's nothing worse than when you're hungry and you taste something or you buy something that you don't like. That is the worst feeling in the world.
A century-old, 100-year-old, 1,000-year-old egg is China. Yeah, okay. It's neither a century nor a millennial, but this egg is pretty rotten. After being preserved in a mixture of clay, ash, and quicklime for a few months, the yolks turn a dark green and even black and slimy, while the white turns into a dark brown translucent jelly. Apparently, it smells of strongly sulfur and ammonia, but tastes like a hard-boiled egg until you breathe it out. That's disgusting.
Yeah, how about now?
Let's see.
How about new, Scotty?
How about new?
Yes, I've had shark, yes.
Jingleed, grasshoppers. I've seen people eat grasshoppers. I would never do it.
No.
In Japan, that's in Thailand. In Japan, they have wasp crackers. Come on. What?
I mean, I'll try it. It's a cracker. I'll try it.
Fried.
I'll try it. It's fine. It's a cracker.
But a wasp is in there. Multiple
wasps?
Yeah. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie.
Ooh.
Come on now. Fried spider.
Ew.
I've seen these food. I'll never do. Oh God, dude.
That's insane, bro. There's some crazy shit people actually do.
Stink bugs, worms, tequila worm. Anyway, bird nest soup.
El chapulín colorado. De chapulín. Yeah.
Kangaroo. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Crocodile.
I've eaten crocodile.
Have you really?
Yeah, in Cuba.
Fried rattlesnake. Guinea pig. Come on. A starfish.
A starfish. Oh my God, that's
balut from the Philippines.
I've eaten octopus. I love octopus.
A developing duck embryo that's boiled alive in its shell, as well as sounding incredibly harsh. It looks incredibly unappetizing. Still, it's common street food and is usually served with beers.
Yeah, the crocodile was good, Daddy. I liked it.
So anyway,
God. Bobby, do
what
you like calamari? It's a mixture of like chicken. It's a little bit harder to chew, but I don't know if it was how it was cooked, but it didn't taste bad at all. I love octopus. Octopus is amazing. I love oysters. Do you like calamaris, Bobby? Fried calamaris?
I think I've had it before. I'm pretty sure I have.
But if you haven't, man, put a little lemon.
Octopus or squid, right?
Yeah, it's like like a ceviche. Yes, but with purple octopus. I love ceviche, by the way, too. That's the only. Actually, it's funny because that's the only raw fish I eat. Okay.
Calamari. Yeah. All right. Let's. We'll get out of dirty foods right now, and we'll answer. We'll ask a few. I'm gonna ask Alice a few fact and fiction questions. See if he gets them right.
Okay. These are actually my favorite. Let's see.
A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Fact
True.
Or fiction?
Fiction. Fact.
Yeah. Bananas. You should know this. I don't even want to read it, but whatever. Bananas grow on trees.
Yeah, fact. Yes.
Fiction. Your face. They grow on large plants that are often mistaken for trees.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Dumbass. No, I'm just
never heard of banana plant.
That's right. Banana plant. Honey never spoils.
True.
That is true.
Yes.
Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas.
Oh my God. I know it's a percentage, but I don't know if that's true. And I'm going to say false. Fiction.
It's fact.
It's fact?
It is fact.
Man. I knew it was a percentage. I didn't know it was 50%.
Yeah. A sneeze travels about 100 miles per hour.
Fiction. It travels faster.
It's fiction is right. I don't know. I'm gonna look this shit up. Sorry. I said the inventor of the Pringles can is now buried in one. I don't know.
Fiction.
I don't know. It says fact. I gotta look that up. It says. I mean, obviously, is the ashes? Is it the ashes?
It could be, yes. That's a guarantee. Yeah, you cannot fit a human body in a Pringles can.
There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth.
I would say fact.
It's a fact. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory.
Fact.
Fiction. They can remember things for months.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it says, yeah.
Shit. Even
That's
when you eat them?
Here you go. An octopus has 3 hearts. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Fact.
Mm-hmm. One second in a relationship, they get their heart broken. Which heart did they get broken? You broke my heart. Which one?
Tati, is this fact or fiction? Humans can't breathe and swallow at the same time.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. Oh, God.
Try drinking water and breathing.
Oh, God.
Notice that she's not responding.
Whatever. The shortest war in history lasted only 38 minutes.
Yes, that's a fact.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ooh. Here's 2. A cow gives nearly 200,000 glasses of milk in a lifetime. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
True. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins can.
Fiction.
It says fact.
Oh, okay.
The Great Wall of China is visible from space.
True.
Fiction. It's not visible to the naked eye.
Oh.
Let's see. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Fact.
Fiction. It's good for the health, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Like they would say with carrots. Carrots, that's why bunny eat carrots. Like, have you ever seen a bunny with glasses? It's like that's and it's true. Like carrots actually are pretty good for your eye vision. But...
Let's see. We'll do one more. Another banana one. We'll finish off because banana seems to be the favorite one.
Yeah.
A strawberry is not an actual berry, but a banana is.
Yes. True.
True. Bees can recognize human faces.
True.
Humans are the only animals that blush.
True. No, that's a
no,
yeah, fact. True. Because the emotion, yeah.
Let's see one more. The majority of your brain is fat.
Fat. Fiction. Fact? Oh.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. We'll end it
Boom.
On that note.
Now you know.
Now you know. But anyway, everybody, we all appreciate you all tuning in to East Tension Boys. We apologize for the screaming baby in the background. About to lay the smacker down. But yeah, no. We'll follow. I'm about to tune into the Heat game. The Heat are leading 66-54 at the half, with Tyler Hero with 22 points leading Miami.
Oh boy!
And for the Lakers,
Bob, that Khalil Ware Jovic connection is so beautiful. When you have a 7'1", 6'10", oh boy! Watch I'm telling you, for the future, watch when you play Khalil Ware, Jovic, and Bam together. Oh man, Bam is gonna play small forward, Bobby.
Dude, looking forward to it. You know, I love those rooks. You know, obviously, you know why. I love them more than anything.
I know.
my 3 guys, boy. I thought about that not yesterday, the day before. I was in the car going, I am not looking forward to the next draft because I'm gonna be like nervous about me. Like,
you're gonna be nervous as shit. You're gonna be nervous as shit. The record is on the line.
3-1. It's like, imagine, like, can you imagine? I go, we're looking at. I'm gonna say this guy and this guy, probably this guy. They're like, the Heat draft so and so. Like, oh shit! It's like, actually, I might be lucky.
Yeah.
I have the pick. So, anyway, yeah, guys, that's about wraps up. Alex, any final words? You could wrap us up. Say goodnight, Miami.
Well, good night, Miami. Hope you have a great week. Actually, looking forward to what the next 2 days will entail. There's going to be a lot of news in regards to the Heat and Jimmy Butler situation. And I'm just excited for you guys for your first show for Draft Talk.
That's right. On Sunday, we'll be live at 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Perfect.
We'll go live. We say let's do it earlier, man. Let's enjoy the day, but we'll have a lot of fun and all that, and talk draft again. It's gonna be exciting. Already looking forward to it again. What the team needs. We're talking about that. Obviously, offensive line, safety, quarterback, receiver, especially with the Tyreek Hill situation. A lot to discuss. So don't forget to join us on Sunday, Saturday. I don't know if I'll be doing Fit Talk today, maybe later in the day, because I'm doing basketball. I'm coaching our next game. So, so anyway, that's Alex. I'm Bobby, and good night, Miami.
Peace.
Bobby L. Gringo's in the house. Straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street, where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex, the boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet.